What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today I've got some more NFL news to talk about with you guys. This time actually revolving around the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Antonio Brown. This is absolutely insane. There is currently a report that there is an ongoing effort being made within the Buccaneers building to sway Bruce Arians, I think that's how you say it, into signing free agent wide receiver Antonio Brown per Michael Lombardi. So again, I think this is absolutely insane. Again, I don't know if Antonio Brown is going to make another NFL comeback. I mean, I expect a team to eventually sign him, right? But there's just a lot of precautions around Antonio Brown. Like, for example, there's so many things that have happened with AB in the last season or so that I just think that it would be a little bit of a worrisome sign to actually go out and sign him. Not just that, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers actually have a pretty good wide receiving corps. For example, they've got Chris Godwin, who is 24 years of age, obviously, who is 185 centimeters, 6 foot, which got 1,333 yards this season. You also got Mike Evans, who got 1,157 throughout the season. He's also a wide receiver, 26 years of age, 196 centimeters, 6'5". Obviously, those got two of the, it's one of the best duos wide receivers probably in the NFL at the moment. And I just feel like if you kind of add Antonio Brown to that, it's going to be a little bit of a weird trio. Like, I mean, again, you could probably run a lot of plays, especially with Tom Brady, who, predominantly likes to throw the ball. I think that it would definitely be pretty interesting to kind of have all three of them on the field at the same time. But there's just going to be a little bit of interesting stuff that kind of happens here. I mean, the Buccaneers already have a couple of tight ends, which would mean they're going to have to run most likely a couple of tight end plays. I mean, they've got OJ Howard, who's only 25 years of age, which a lot of people are still, a pretty big fan of. Yes, he only had 495 yards. You probably want to improve that. But then they've also just brought in big Rob Gronkowski, who is going to be, the main tight end throughout the season. There's still a rumor, though, that they really do want to play both of them in, the pretty much the starting offensive lineup, and then just kind of go through there with the double tight end. But again, I don't exactly know what they're going to do. Obviously, they had Perriman, who was pretty much their third wide receiver as well, where they ran, all three wide receivers on the field at the same time. He actually did pretty well. He had 645 yards that he made, and, predominantly they did have Jameis Winston, he's a predominant throwing quarterback as well, 5,109 yards as well. Again, we know that he didn't have exactly the greatest season, had a lot of turnovers, a lot of picks. Just wasn't exactly the greatest season for him out there. But, they bring in Tom Brady, they bring in Gronk. They've just gone out and drafted another offensive tackle to help out with Brady. I think it's going to be extremely interesting to kind of see how they go. I just don't necessarily know if Antonio Brown's going to be the best solution so far for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And obviously, Tom Brady, he's a fan of Antonio Brown. It does look like he really wanted to play with him at New England. They ended up playing one game together where AB was a little bit slow in that game, but it was an alright performance. Nothing to really kind of write home about. But again, there is still some interest there that it looks like that Tom Brady will most likely want to play with Antonio Brown again. I just don't know if Tampa Bay is the right decision for Antonio Brown, because he's still going to be wanting quite a bit of money. Like, I'm pretty sure when he signed with the New England Patriots, they offered him quite a bit of money. I think it was like $10 million or something like that. Obviously, it was non-guaranteed money, I do believe, but I don't really necessarily know if you want to be spending $10 million plus on your third wide receiver, who's a very controversial one that had a lot of mistakes throughout his career so far, and just, again, hasn't played NFL or football in quite a long time. So I think it's going to be a very, very interesting one to kind of see how that's all going to go. But they're definitely getting the pieces in play to have an a very good offensive year. I mean, they already had some pretty good offense here and there. They obviously have, they had Chris Godwin, who was a very good, wide receiver. Mike Evans, good wide receiver as well. Then they had OJ Howard, he's an okay tight end. Again, nothing to really write home about there, but they didn't have a good quarterback. Their offensive line was a little bit off, and again, they didn't have exactly the greatest tight ends going out there. Now they bring in Gronk, who's arguably one of the greatest tight ends to ever play the game. They bring in Tom Brady, who's, you know, pretty much one of the GOATs of the NFL, and then they bring in an offensive tackle in the draft, and now they've got a couple other players that they're still going to be looking to sign potentially, like Antonio Brown. It's looking like a pretty good way and movement for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Again, I just don't necessarily know if Antonio Brown is the right guy, and I still don't really know if they're going to be looking to trade O.J. Howard. There's been rumors they're still going to be trying to trade him, but again, I'm not exactly too sure if they're going to be getting, able to get a trade done before, obviously, the season starts and all of that type of stuff. But anyway, I want to thank you guys so much for watching this video. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel for all the latest, NBA, NFL content, all of that type of stuff. Definitely don't forget to comment in the comment section down below. What are your thoughts and opinions on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers being interested in Antonio Brown? Do you guys think it'd be a good idea for them to go out and sign him? Again, I definitely would really like to know your thoughts and opinions on this all down below. But also don't forget to subscribe to my gaming channel and my IRL/vlogging channels. Links for them will all be in the description down below. And definitely don't forget to go check out my podcast as well if you haven't already. Links for that will all be in the description down below as well, where I talk about the latest NBA, NFL, just sports related content in general on there. So as I was saying, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and comment, and I'll see you guys next time.